everybody's here and in their seats. That's so awesome. Okay, I just have a few announcements. Welcome to Oasis. I'm glad everyone was able to make it out on this beautiful morning from San Francisco, so I do think this is beautiful. I want to let everybody know we are going to start doing, a lot of times, we have lunch meetups kind of after this. And not everybody, it's hard to, find reservations for a large group and stuff like that. So we're going to start doing a potluck after Oasis on every second Sunday. So starting on March 12th, and I'll put it on the Facebook site, and also the wichitaoasis.org site will be updated, I promise. Roughly about this Wednesday when somebody will be teaching me how to update it. So it'll be on that site too. But yeah, March 12th, we'll start doing every second Sunday potluck afterwards. And just some events coming up. On February 26th, we'll have Daryl Ray, and Piper Lou will be our musician. And then on March 5th, we'll have Seth Andrews. The Thinking Atheist. So, and then also, some of you may have noticed we have a few signs, and then on our table kind of out there on our shelf where we have business cards and stuff, you'll see some WitCon things, which is the Wichita Transgender Network, and they will be using our space on a few Wednesday nights for their gatherings. So just to let you know, we've kind of, I wouldn't quite say a partnership, but we are kind of connected with the Wichita Transgender Network, and so we're letting them use our space and stuff. So thank you all again very much for coming. Our artist today, both our speaker and musician, is Shelley Segal. So there won't be the usual speaker and musician. She's doing it all. And we will have a break in the middle, just to let you know. But yeah, here she is.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi. Good morning.
Thanks so much for having me. Thank you to Oasis for bringing me out. Rob and I were in Kansas City this week for the Folk Alliance conference, and yeah, very happy to be here with you this morning. I was talking to Peggy about Wichita, and she was saying that when you move here, the first thing people ask is, what church do you go to? And you guys say Oasis? Now you have an answer. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. But it's not as bad. It's not nearly like that in Australia. I think it depends which area you're from. I think it's worse up north. Our north is like your south. It's a bit warmer and more religious. But I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and very excited to have recently moved to the United States. Just in time for the election. So that was a great surprise. And I'm sharing it with you. But in Melbourne, Australia, I grew up in my father's Jewish wedding band. That's how I learned to play music. And music's always been a really big part of my life. And I started writing songs when I was 11 years old. And first it kind of began as a form of expression, something would kind of be on my mind, maybe some person that I liked at school or something like that, and then I would write about it, and it was amazing because I could get this thing off my chest. It was kind of like therapy. But then as I got older and my writing expanded, it became a way for me to kind of share my ideas and question things myself internally and write, talk about my thoughts and put them in a way that was clear to me, but also a way of communicating them. So it became about expression and communication. And when I was 19, I left my religious tradition. I decided that I wasn't Jewish anymore. And it was such a significant change for me in my worldview that I started writing about it. I wrote about conversations that I was having. I wrote about these realizations that I was having in my mind. And eventually I'd written a whole album of material on this topic, and that was the first album that I ever released. That was called an atheist album. And I wanted to use the word atheist. My family was saying, "What are you doing? This is crazy. No one's going to listen to your album." But I thought, no, I want to normalise this word. It's important to me and to normalise the word, but also to combine it with something like art and music and creativity, because I think people think that those two concepts are so far apart, which is, I used to think that too before I was an atheist. And sometimes when I tell people, you know, what I do, what I've done, or a bit about my first album, they say, "An atheist? Well, how do you know how to be a good person without God? Or how do you know the difference between what's right and what's wrong?" And what's really great about a song, as well as you know, getting everything off your chest, is that it's really a 4-minute uninterrupted opinion, which you don't get very many of these days. And so this is my 4-minute, hopefully uninterrupted opinion of how I know how to be a good person and how I know the difference between what's right and what's wrong. And this song is called My Morality. My morality is nothing to do with the Bible or the verses of the Quran. My morality won't judge you by your spirituality, but by the things that you have done. My morality is not set into stone tablets who don't even tell you not to hurt children. My morality is not dictated by a deity. It's developed from empathy, dependence, and love. My morality accepts everybody's sexuality, is more concerned with inequality than validations from above. My morality is not set into stone tablets who don't even tell you that it's worthwhile to be good for being good's own sake. That not to think for yourself can be a deadly mistake. My morality is not recitable from memory. It's something inside of me, how I wanna be. Treat others how I want them to treat me. Basically, not to hurt anybody or cause any brutality. It stems from our common humanity, and it's what my grandmother taught to me, and it's mine because I'm free. Thank you. Thanks so much. I'd like to invite Andrew Robertson, or Rob, to join me on the guitar. a song from my last EP, and it's like that time when you meet someone and everything's going so well that you start to feel skeptical. This is too good to be true. And this is called Strange Feeling.
Strange feeling, 'cause I'm never the heartbreaker. I'm always heartbroken. But this time I got what I want, now I'm gone. She'll fix all emotion. I don't want anyone. Tell myself over and over, but I keep falling for anyone. Less faith in my judge of character. Could it be everything that I dreamed it would be? Could you make all the settling feel like a bad dream? Like a bad dream. Watching you watch me open, how quickly you crack me open. But this time, the cynic gets them out of my mind. It's watching and hoping that you could be everything that I dreamed it would be. Could you make all this settling feel like a bad dream? Like a bad dream. Oh, oh, and it's a strange feeling when it's in full swing. And it's a strange feeling. And it's a strange feeling that you could be everything that I dreamed it would be. Could you make all the settling feel like a bad dream? Like a bad dream. Oh, 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 oh,
Thank you. This is one of my favorite songs to play. It's not one of mine. It's one of the only covers that I do, but I love everything about this song. It's uplifting, it's motivating, and the message that it says is something that really resonates with me. And I feel like it's saying, you know, we need to make the most of this time that we have and this one life that we have. And this is a song by Phil Oakes. It's called When I'm Gone.
there's no place in this world where I belong when I'm gone. And I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. And you won't find me singing all this song when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here.
This next song is from my first album, an atheist album, and it was born of a discussion with a close friend about evolution. And we were arguing about evolution, and he didn't think that it was true, and I did. And but he's not coming from a place of like ignorance. He really understands the concept, like to the extent that he won an essay writing competition about evolution at my school and was invited to the most prestigious university in our state to talk about evolution, which he didn't believe in. And so, you know, we were discussing it, and I said, you know, you understand the mechanism, you understand how it works. Can't you just look at the evidence and see that it backs up the theory? And he said, I don't want to look at the evidence. And so I wrote this song for him and a little bit for my family at the time. And it's about somebody who's holding on to a belief, not for its truth value, but for the way that it makes them feel and the comfort that it brings. And I'm sure that, you know, we do this in our lives in a myriad of ways and areas, but in particular, this was very blatant denial of the facts. And this song is called House with No Walls.
Seeping in, but you just choose to ignore all the evidence that what you think isn't real. You don't look because you don't like the way it makes you feel. You say you need a shelter to get through all your falls. That's why you choose to live in a house with no walls. That's why you choose to live in a house with no